it's really helpful to look at your before and after on a regular basis so that you can see what changes you've made. Now we're going to do a little bit of body morphing, basically just reshaping her body a little bit. Her shoulder is looking pretty big. She's very muscular, and this dress is quite feminine, so we're just going to make her look a little bit less muscular. Not too much, because, she's pretty fit. We want her to stay that way. But we're just going to make it a little bit more delicate in the shoulder area. She's kind of hunched in a weird position, which is what's creating those shadows there. We can reshape the dress a little bit while we're at it. Now I'm pushing her shoulder quite a bit, and as you can see, it's distorting the background, so we're going to have to rebuild that. We can zoom in and liquefy. The easiest way to zoom is to just press Apple minus or plus. And you can zoom in and out of the image. So I'm going to have to reshape this part of the neck because I'm pushing the shoulder down. But I'll do that once I finish with this liquefy. I'm going to just give her a little bit of a lift in the thigh area. Not too much. So she's slimmed down a little bit in the muscles. Now I'm going to have to rebuild this area here. We've got kind of a rough edge here. So I put my brush to normal, my clone stamp, and I'm just going to clone from the background of the chair up there. I'm just going to clone that pattern right over it because it's the same pattern. I don't even have to resample. I'll just keep cloning. Reshape that shoulder. Can zoom it in a little bit. This is another area where having an understanding of how the body looks in different positions can be really helpful. You might need to look at a couple of books for some of this type of stuff. And because of our selection here wasn't that great, I'm going to just go in and reshape the edging ever so slightly so that it's a nice smooth. You don't have those little tiny bumps. We want to get rid of those. So it'll be a nice smooth round edge. Push it up just a little bit. Reshaping things is sometimes you got to do it a few times. I'm not really happy with that. It looks too boxy. So I'm going to redo it. Go in and change it a little bit more. And you can always go back in your history palette if you feel like you've completely messed it up and you want to just start over. You can brush that area back in with the history brush, or you can go back to your snapshot, or you can go back to any part of the history palette. So now it's starting to feel a little bit less bulky, but I really want it to feel softer. So we're going to redo it again. Just keep pushing it in until it gets to the point where I'm happy with it. So as we can see, it's not just the shape of it, it's also the way the light is hitting it. We've got those two muscles there that the light is hitting and lighting up, and that's what's really kind of creating the shape. So we're going to have to darken those once we've got the background shape the way we want it. The overall shape of her arm here and her shoulder. So we're just kind of playing with it, seeing where it goes, seeing what we can do with it. It's starting to feel a little bit better. It's starting to feel a little bit more natural, like she's got a shrug position, like she's just kind of looking over her shoulder. So I'm gonna lighten that dark area, and I'm gonna darken that light area till it gets a little bit more balanced, so it doesn't feel like that muscle is straining. So yeah, it's definitely starting to look a little bit more feminine.